Hello, welcome to Intimate Lens. I'm Dr. Katz. Today we'll talk about the facts about vaginal control and vaginismus and whether a woman can close her vagina completely. Let's find out. What is vaginal control? Is there a mechanism in the vagina to physically shut it down? Not really. Although a woman can clench, a woman can brace for impact in her vagina if she is nervous or afraid or worried about penetration or has vaginismus. So what is vaginal control? Since there are no muscles there that can absolutely shut it down, lock it for 100% no entry, even though it's perceived as such, vaginal control comes from between the ears. Vaginal control is the understanding that I own my vagina, not my anxiety owns it. I own it. I understand how the vagina works. I know what the vagina is like. I give consent to vaginal penetration, maybe intercourse, maybe medical exam, a tampon to put in a finger, whatever the situation is. I avail my vagina for penetration because I know I can control it. I trust the person who will penetrate. Hopefully, you trust your partner. You most certainly need to trust the medical clinician, and definitely you should trust yourself if you were to put your own finger in there. So I trust the person, I trust the whomever is going to go into my vagina. I give consent to vaginal action, whatever that may be, intercourse, finger insertion, medical examination, menstrual inserts, etc. Because I know that I can control it from the only place I can control it, and that is my head. I can say go ahead. I can say stop. I can say go faster, go slower, move to the right, move to the left. And I could always say, time to leave my vagina. It's done. Because the vagina is always the hostess. The vagina invites the visit. The vagina determines how long the visit will last, as much as you can determine medical exam, but they're very fast. And it is the hosting vagina that determines when it's time to leave, particularly in intercourse. Every woman's famous sentence, when she has had enough, finish or get out. And that's okay. You're hosting for as long as you're willing to host. Because men have this great ability to stay there for a very, very long time, and it's very stimulating sexually for them, but it's only as good as how long the vagina is willing to house them, to host them, right? So by knowing that vaginal control comes from between the ears, it comes by the woman's consent to the activity, by the woman's understanding of how her body works, then the woman can relax. She can be there without a worry. She can allow the activity to happen because she has the controls, unspoken controls. So as a confident hostess of your vagina, you need to understand the vagina. You need to know how it works. You need to be confident about yourself and vaginal use. You need to give consent. You need to trust the penetrating activity, and then you're cool. And then it's all very simple. And then the vagina is just that simple canal that lives between your legs in the genital region, and it's supposed to be a passageway from the outside world all the way to the uterus via the cervix, or vice versa, from the uterus via the cervix to the outside world, and not be that anxiety-controlled body part that becomes a panic, that becomes a prohibition for vaginal use, that becomes a problem? Can the woman hermetically, completely shut her vagina, make it absolutely airtight to getting in? No, even though it feels like that. But now you understand better, and we urge you to take measures, seek medical advice, do whatever is needed so you and your vagina will be best of friends, so you could be a happy hostess, and so that you do not have any vaginal functional restrictions. Let us know if you have any questions. Of course, share, like, definitely subscribe. We'd like to have you here, and see you next time.